Enti ahaye na me be break mama how are some Obuasi youth to be eco break it through Anglo Gold Asante mining company or more premises. Now after said this tragic incident will be AC now Ghanaians were calling on Otumfuo Osei Tutu the second to speak out because now they feel say he being a king in the Asante kingdom, just a word could calm the people down. Eti no mu twa anima se bia Otumfuo Osei Tutu be kasa ampa so Otumfuo Osei Tutu or the Osie ayoyo se ne o share bo se edu ahunyanhiem na se ne mindful su frɛ na ensuo mu ewia mu eja mu obeba no ende obe kasa. But before me proceed, make sure so be like you be subscribe. Se ne ya wo first time wo share there, make sure so be like you be subscribe. Uya na wa share amafofo so enya bi ahwe. Now, enti no after say incidents we see here no Anglo Gold Asante mining company no almost so omo ekopie mu e wo menhia. You know, after even though say na Otumfuo know something about it, or no nim say BBC equals, but then now they have to present a report, a document, just say yes, BBC ACA. Enti omo kopie mu wono na che so omo de omo report ekoda Otumfuo Osei Tutu. Enti omo kasa wie ye no Otumfuo Osei Tutu started so kasa. Or addressing a lot of issues, but then I'd like to talk about two issues because they're the most important. Firstly, or started so kasa no say onim say we have a company called Anglo Gold Asante Mining Company. And onim every single worker oye ejuma ohono as far as Ghana is concerned.
I'm also informed of the support that national security is being given to you. I also had a briefing from the Army, the General Officer Commanding also about developments in the way they've put up security there.
Yo.
I'm also aware of the threats to your employees also. I've been briefed about that and therefore that also the steps that you've taken to make sure that your workers and employees are also protected.
Yo.
Unfortunately, we don't have a minister for lands now. He's gone through vetting because that's also another step where we will discuss broadly with the government in terms of policy in relation to illegal mining, the Galamsey issue. So it's another one. So I know that will come up after the minister is in place, and then we have a very candid and thorough meeting with the president and the minister to see the way forward in relation to dealing with that.
Good. Secondly, and Osaba and Ose, even though say a common the youth, that doesn't give them the right to go and disturb such a big company. You know, you don't have to take the laws into your hands, even though say commando. Because now youth, no more feel say Anglo Gold Asante Mining Company, omo nyahwema kro no, even those omo to go do ho no. E ma che omo use some of the youth, but then e kro no enkoso, omo kwan asai. Niam bebre enhyeda enkoso. E bu so video no.
Yo.
I recall in 2016 where this issue came up at that time. And I'm also saying that we should see the portion of about 60 acres or whatever to the illegal miners at that time. And all that. In fact, there were vibes that even though Anglo Gold honors this part, the portion didn't go to the people that were supposed to go to. And even though that was done, Anglo Gold honored their part, and we ceded the 60%, 60 whatever acres to whatever. So this all has been lingering, and people are doing that. They didn't come to us, so we didn't have anywhere to go.
Yo.
And that is also not acceptable for people to take the law into their own hands to go and disturb legitimate business, which Anglo Gold and Obuasi are intertwined. The community relies on the mining company. The mining company also is there because it's for the community, and that it is not acceptable. People cannot just say that because we want to eat, we have to go to the mine. No, that cannot be done. We are not living in a banana republic. The law must be obeyed. Because if I'm living in my house here, this lease has been given to me. Someone just cannot walk in to say, I also want somewhere to live, and therefore I'm coming to live in your house. So these are all issues that we have to take up with the government in relation to the way forward. What do we do with this Galamsey issue? Unemployment and all that, yes, those are issues that we have to look at. So much as we have to look at it to see how best we can incorporate all these illegal miners, how can we bring them into the mainstream? If we can allocate portions of concessions to the leaders, the gang leaders, those supposedly who lead them, and say, okay, you operate there, bring all these people there, and then look at what gold they produce and arrange to buy also from them and all that. Mainly, it might find a way to resolve these things. But doing illegal mining must not, and it shouldn't be encouraged by anybody, not even the government, no matter what. And the change of government shouldn't give people the opportunity to say, because there's a change of government, we are going to misbehave or take the law into our own hands. That also should not be accepted. We are living in a society where the law operates, and therefore, I don't think this government would also encourage that to happen. And from what they've done so far within them, I know that they are not going to encourage that to happen, no matter what. So we all will try to find solutions to this. Yes, unemployment. Yes, illegal mining is not acceptable. If those young ones who are there want job, we have to all plan together and think together and see how best we can incorporate them into whatever that we can. And then Asanko also had the same thing last year, where a lease signed legally by the government to them like Anglo, and then people, illegal miners also going there with impunity to mine. And I can see why the Minerals Commission, whatever, cannot take these things up. And so we all have to make sure that things are done appropriately and properly. The new government has not settled. Therefore, like I said, the direction as to how we're going to look at it is also something that we all will take it up and discuss closely and daily with. But the security will still protect you, and I'm sure that within the next month, I know there were lingerings there, but community-wise, we still have to be talking to the Sarkin Zongo in Obuasi, for example, because I'm sure some of the people were Muslims, 7 of them also were Muslims, and therefore, psychologically, I'm sure they're also maybe planning whatever it is. I don't know yet, but if we engage them in the community development and everything, engage with them, we should find an amicable solution to that. And at the same time, your community relations also must be backed up so that you can be able to meet them. Unfortunately, I don't know about job creation over there now in Obuasi. How is it impacting on community in relation to work? You cannot create employment for everybody, but your community relations must be heightened in such a way that they will have a clear understanding of what you're doing. It's not just that Obuasi is there and there's money there, and therefore we can develop the whole of Obuasi within one day. People should appreciate these things, and also because investments, the obligations to be met. And so the expectation from the community in relation to Obuasi is a big mine, the money should come to us. That relation, we have to be able to bring education and everything for people to appreciate. What you have to do, you do. Community relations, you do schools, hospitals, and all that. All those things must be heightened for them to appreciate that this is what you do for the community. Royalties also, as it comes also, we should know how it's brought in the district assemblies, the metropolitan assemblies also, whatever monies go to them, what do they use it for the community? All these things must be done for people to know that their royalties, whatever going to the district assemblies, is what they use for. Either for roads, for community, schools, and everything. So that people would appreciate that we are also benefiting indirectly from the operations of the community. I think one thing that you have to also look at going forward when the production goes.
Entino Otumfuo okasa bebre on my history about Anglo Gold Asante, how it became Anglo Gold Asante, and an Intia yabe in the company, any hunky can be pray. But let me give you a brief about what happened. According to youth no more Obuasi no. almost say Anglo Gold Asante ever since I established that company no she enkoso e okuru no o makwan asay school adan kwampo na nkola betinam kwampo ko school no enye adwuma hospitals omo nshere ni any legitimate hospital bi e o wa obetimi aka say you can trust this hospital when it comes to healthcare. It's no more frustrated no money omo nim ni omo ye e na fe kwampo so omo sisi some of omo land a omo anka obetimi to gold wo so enye sika. Enti ni nyina ka ho e na che say omo share group eko pm e ho no ma che say nam so ma eye enkofo bako 7 including eye military officer bi ono so ye 2 a che say no so e bo na up to now me no ka say oda so that hospital a che say oje ayaresa.